Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. Well, we're going to talk about what's going on in Minneapolis with the Somalians, and they seem to be shuttering the business. I guess they're trying to run before ICE shows up. And, some really silly statements are coming out from them like, oh, without them being in business, they're going to crash the economy. No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay, y'all really are full of yourselves. You ain't gonna crash nothing. It's number one, it's not enough of you to crash anything. It might be impacted in those neighborhoods that you live in, but beyond that, no, it's not gonna really do anything. Because y'all not concentrated everywhere. You're just like in certain areas, in Minneapolis, you're not everywhere. So if you close your business, I can see maybe it impacts your neighborhood, but anybody because we all know you Somalians all live around each other. So anything beyond that is not going to be impacted at all. I don't know. I just don't see everybody running into your neighborhood to go to those stores because we know most of those stores are bogus anyway. So this will be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out. Remember, Donald Trump is giving the Somalians only until March 17th to leave this country. He already took away their TPS. That's gone. So they have until March 17th. Y'all know what March 17th is, right? That's our New Year's. It's always something big going on around that time. So, anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and share my screen. Oh, before I do that, there is a gift that I got that I want to show you. Can y'all see that? I just got this today. And I thank the person don't want me to say who they are, but I thank you for this. This is probably the best thing ever. I love it. Thank you so much. So, I it's really a heavy watch too. Not really a light one. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me get that off the screen. Okay. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. Thank you. Okay.
Everybody was dreaming to open business this mall, but not anymore. It's very slow. We're not making any money. If this problem continues, I don't think we can have our businesses. I live South Minneapolis. If you walk around, you think nobody lives the area. I think ICE is here to destroy it, the Minneapolis, harassing people, closing our businesses. We have to come out and, fight our rights. I was volunteering last 3 days to explain in my community and tell them how important it is to do assembly, to do the protesting. ICE, we will see you.
Dozens of Somali businesses are on the verge of closing down in Minnesota. I want to say it's an entire mall strip called Karmel. This is what the business owners had to say.
Everybody was dreaming to open business this mall, but not anymore. It's very slow. We're not making any money. If this problem continues, I don't think we can have our businesses. I live South Minneapolis. If you walk around, you think nobody lives the area. I think ICE is here to destroy it, the Minneapolis, harassing people, closing our businesses. We have to come out and, fight our rights. I was volunteering last 3 days to explain in my community and tell them how important it is to do assembly, to do the protesting. ICE, we will see you.
Do y'all think this is more evidence that there was fraud funding these businesses? Because ICE was out there before all these protests, like before they start getting media coverage like this. ICE was out there in December. And I remember when Nick Shirley was doing these videos, you rarely seen any people in those strip malls anyway. They weren't really packed like that anyway. And then Minnesota just launched this nationwide shutdown not to go to businesses or support any businesses or shopping. I mean, that's added to their businesses too. Their businesses shut down. Nobody's outside unless they're protesting ICE. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think ICE played a role in this, or it's just because the fraud is being exposed and the funding stopped?
Somali businesses aren't making it.
Everybody was dreaming to open business this small, but not anymore. It's very slow. We're not making any money. If this problem continues, I don't think we can have our businesses. I live South Minneapolis. If you walk around, you think nobody lives the area. I think ICE is here to destroy it, the Minneapolis, harassing people, closing our businesses. We have to come out
To destroy it.
and, fight our rights. I was volunteering last 3 days to explain in my community and tell them how important it is to do assembly, to do the protesting. ICE, we will see you.
Hundreds of Somali-owned businesses are on the verge of bankruptcy due to the surge of illegal agents in Minneapolis.
It's very slow. We're not making any money.
Not making any
If
money.
this problem continues, I don't think we can have our businesses.
So as soon as they cut out all of the money, all of the fraud money, everybody mysteriously starts going out of business. What? No way.
So apparently there's hundreds of Somalians throughout Minneapolis and Minnesota that is protesting their own.
Right. You know what? This little white boy made a good point. If you weren't using the scam money, why is it that as soon as the money is cut off, y'all got to go out of business? I think that's very telling, in my opinion, that the majority of those businesses were existing on scam money, because it seems very strange that as soon as the government pulls the funding, everybody got to go out of business now. Okay, everybody got to, all the businesses are folding now. So that tells me the majority of you were living off of that scam money. That's what it tells me. I don't think it was some of you. I think it was the majority of you, because it doesn't make sense that so many businesses got to board up now. It's very telling. All right, let's go on.
Own way. And you want to know how they're protesting? They're going to shut their business down. Let me be the first to let you all know that we don't give a shit. Okay, that's number one. Number two, it ain't even business. It ain't no business at all. Okay, stop it. You all are shutting those businesses down because you all are running. You all are jetting, getting on those American Airlines and going back to wherever the hell y'all came from, because the gig is up. All right, the Trump administration is coming after you all. Now, if you don't know by now, the Trump administration, DOJ, Pam Bondi, they have been hemming people up left to right, charging people. I think at this point, over 200, most of them are Somalians, that has been in this entire fraud situation, stealing billions of taxpayer dollars. We don't give a shit how y'all protesting. We really don't. I don't know why you all feel the need to do this or do that. It's not going to help your all cases. Y'all business don't contribute to nothing. They're not even running. Minneapolis is not going to feel no impact from this. Literally.
I just seen a post that said today starts the biggest Somalian fucking protest about some bullshit. They said hundreds of businesses are closing down so the United States government and the economy could feel it. Bitch, ain't nobody give a fuck about all that, bro. Listen, nobody cares. Like, bro, if the whole Somalian population goes back to Somalia right now today, nobody's gonna bat a fucking eye, bro. I don't know why these people are acting as if they're like the main characters of anything. Bro, listen here, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, bro, I understand, let's say, if y'all said the Mexicans, the Hispanics were doing that, now it would have been like, oh, okay, bitch, I love Mexican food. I love Hispanic food. Like, I love Caribbean food. Like, bro, what the fuck? Even if you said African Americans were doing something like that, I would have been like, God damn, yeah, you know, this shit kind of serious. But, you know, I love me some soul food. I love hanging out with my folks, my black folks and whatnot. Somalians, bro, honestly, I don't give a fuck, bro. They could do whatever the fuck they want. They could all go back to Somalia all I want. As long as we get our fucking money back, I'm cool. Bro, the amount of unfazedness that the United States of America really is unfazed about y'all situation, it would be insane for y'all to even think we really give a fuck, because we don't give a fuck. Like, bro, y'all could do whatever the fuck y'all want. Y'all can leave. Y'all can give us our money back and leave. You can leave and give us our money back, bro. That's the two options that you guys got. I don't give a fuck. Bro, all y'all businesses are already fraudulent as it is.
So hundreds of Somali business owners are threatening that they're going to close January 23rd to protest the ICE deportations. Oh no, wherever will the children go to daycare?
ICE out of Minnesota. ICE out of Minnesota. My name is Ibrahim. I'm of the Party for Socialism and Liberation. I'm Somali, and Minneapolis is my home. We are here to speak up and fight back against the racist attacks that have been leveled.
You know what? These people are the biggest deflectors on the face of the earth. It is not racism. You stole government money. You stole taxpayer money. You stole it by the billions. And the fact that the government is going after you because you scammed that money, you're now trying to say it's racist. But I thought y'all said you weren't black. If you're not black, how can it be racist? Y'all were the ones running around here talking about, we're not black, we're Somalian. Okay, well, when ICE run up on your ass, you let him know you're not black, you're Somalian, and see where that gets you. Man, these people, they should have been got them out of here. They should have been got these folks out of here. But see how they are deflecting? Oh, it's racism. Well, if you're not black, it can't be racism. Okay, it can't be racism. And I didn't hear anything about the government going after Muslims and all that. No, you stole money, you scammed money, and any place that is aware that money was scammed, they would want it back. And that's what y'all are butt sore about. They want that money back. And you don't want those businesses open because you know that ICE is going to run up on your ass. You don't want to be a sitting duck. That's why y'all running from them businesses now. Because you know that's going to be the first place ICE will go, to your businesses. That's why y'all running like a bunch of bitches now. I'm just saying. So let me go on and continue.
Against the Somali community, the immigrant community, and the people of Minnesota. Karmel Mall, which is the cornerstone of the Somali community, with hundreds of stores, restaurants, and cafes. Thousands of business owners, and patrons come to the mall every day. We Somalis are not only business owners, we are Uber drivers, airport workers, healthcare workers, engineers, janitors, and doctors, and more. We help make the city run. We help make the state run. Now it is time to stand up for our brothers and sisters in the immigrant community who are terrorized by ICE. We want to stand up against the terror that's been inflicted on our community. We want to demand justice for Renee Nicole Good and all the people impacted by the violence. We want to announce that we are joining to call to shut it down. No school, no work, no shopping on this Friday, January 23rd.
Legitimately not here. What's shocking to me is that this is the third office that's listed for the Somalian Education Resource Center. They got $14 million just this year.
There's nothing in there.
And it looks empty from what the guys are telling me. But where did the $14 million go? And who else is involved with this resource center? This is taxpayer funding. We deserve answers.
Looks like an empty office, almost.
So $14 million in a building that smells like weed and is filled with other healthcare services, when I don't know how the Educational Resource Center is based on 20% off doctor's care. Where there's smoke, there's fire. This doesn't make sense.
I just think it's important to ask questions and get transparency.
We would
There
love
should
those
be a
questions.
full
We have a
audit.
right to with $14 million in taxpayer money.
100%.
You know, 1 second, I want to talk about this because this has been my key investigation here. So, all right, guys. So we are here. We found it finally, all day long. The Somali Education Resource Center, Suite 301 here at 299 East Granville Road in Dublin, Ohio. Now, the deal is that $14 million into this center here. This is a single office. And by the way, there's nothing inside it. We've already looked. It is very, very, very much dark, and it looks like there's maybe a couch in there. So not anything here. Very nice security system, which I found very strange. So I assume that they probably have now taken our video and everything of us standing out here. But there is nothing here. And again, where's the money? That's the real question. Where is the money? Because the organization is supposedly $42 million over the past few years in taxpayer funding, and we have no access, and we have no idea where it is. So we're just trying to ask some questions.
All right. So y'all, they're on the run from those businesses. Yeah. I mean, they ain't fooling nobody. Like I said, they know ICE is coming. They don't want ICE running up on their asses while they got them fraudulent businesses open. And that's another reason why they're closing, because they already know those businesses are not legitimate. That's why they're shuttering the doors, and they just don't want to be caught there in those businesses that are not legit. They don't want to be caught there. And, you know, they already said, the DOJ, many of them are looking at jail time. So that being said, that's why those businesses are now toxic. They would have to be crazy to keep showing up every day. And that's why they're not. But I find this all interesting. You know, why don't y'all just want to go back to your homeland? Seriously, why don't y'all do all this boasting about how great these places are that you come from, and I'll be damned if you never want to go back. I'm just saying, y'all need to go home, because if you don't get out of here soon, the place they're going to put you is in jail. They already said they're going to be putting y'all in jail. And you know, probably by now, with this amount of time that has gone on when this story broke all the way up until now, they probably know which one of you are sitting on stolen money. You know, they probably do know by now. I'm sure they have done many investigations, and they know which ones are fraudulent. If there are legitimate businesses, they probably know which ones are. But the way y'all are reacting and running from your businesses, it tells me the majority of those businesses were shady. But we shall see. If there's any updates on this, I will definitely let you know, ladies and gentlemen. So just a reminder, the butter is still 30% off. TikTok, Shopify, and Etsy. And I'm getting closer to my goal on Give, Send, Go. So thank you so much for everything. And You know, again, I pray the Most High will give it all back to you and plus more. So, everybody, these Somalians are screwed. They are screwed. Anytime you got to shut down multiple businesses all over the place, y'all are screwed and you know it. So, y'all, I will see you a little later. There are a few other stories I'm looking for. I'm looking at, I mean, and, you know, once I have something together, we'll come back and do one more live a little later. Right now, I got to work on the edge growth butter because I'm getting low on my supply here. So I'm going to bulk that up today. So, everybody, please enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I will see you later. Shalom, family.